G'day guys, welcome to another potentially fantastic episode of How to Make or Break a Video Production Company. I'm your host, Brock. On today's episode, we're going to be making a sexy video for the portfolio. But before we do that, let's check out how the channel's doing. Looks like we're still growing at 1 sub per video. We only have one comment on last week's video from, you guessed it, 420 Banana Bender. He says, it's not too late for a career change. Thanks, I just had one. So I've tried calling a few potential clients, but I've decided that cold calling is not for somebody like myself.
Whatever you're doing, stop involving her. Stop involving her. Stop involving her.
What I discovered from the few phone calls I did make was that often clients might want to see some of your work before they commit to paying you to do a job. Although you might think you have some of the dopest shit out, not everyone shares the same taste as you. And it can sometimes get a little bit embarrassing when they ask to see some of your work. For example, I'm most experienced in comedy and music videos, but I can't really show any of my shit to, say, like a funeral home, because I doubt they give a fuck about mad violence, drum machines, and sick dick jokes. Recently I was talking to a old school buddy of mine who is now the owner of a pre-mixed alcoholic beverage company. I was trying to get him to pay me to do a video for him because I knew he was loaded. He said to me, "Hey Brock, can you do something sexy for me?" I looked down at my dad bod and said, "Like what? I don't have to take off my jumper, do I? I'm kind of out of shape." He said, "Can you film something sexy for me?" I said, "Sure, as long as you supply the
thought guys and thought girls."
He said, "You don't need
thought guys and thought girls
in your video for it to look sexy." As I faded out of the building backwards in a confused state, I said to myself, what can possibly make a video sexy if there are no
thought guys and thought girls
in it? Does sexy mean something else in the video industry?
Sometimes.
Today we're going to try and make a sexy vodka ad. Because I'm new to this, I'm going to try and fumble my way around and figure out what looks sexy on video and what doesn't. You know what's sexy on video?
What?
Lights. I'm going to start off with the fairy lights out of focus in the background, creating that nice bokeh look. Try and find the good setting. There we go.
Sexy.
Next I'll add a softbox directly above to light the scene. Boom. Where's Tim Allen at?
Sexy.
This is already looking great. Might try and light up the right hand side a little bit around the bottom half there. I'm using an LED panel for this. Guys, just a reminder, this video isn't a tutorial and neither are any of my other videos. I am merely showing you how I am going about starting a video production company. Next I'm going to try and light up the left hand side with a diffused LED. I wouldn't say it looks any worse. It's getting pretty hot even though I'm only using LEDs. Must be this tight little area. Finally I might try and create a bit of a reflective glisten coming from a backlight to the right. Perfect. What I think looks sexy when I see fruit on TV is
when the fruit
looks like it's wet and you can see
heaps of little tiny reflections in the water droplets.
I might just try it.
Not sexy.
Alright, we might start with the lime. I might take advantage of the sweat that has gathered on my moustache and give the lime a bit of a spritz. Look at that. Looks like the lime is sweating now.
Sexy.
Now that I've set up the scene, I want to create a sequence where I gracefully cut up the fruit. I think it is important to use a super sharp knife for this. Looking at this now, I can already see something that doesn't look very sexy, and that is my fingernails.
Not sexy.
I think I might try pre-cut the fruit and then try and get my fingers out of the shot before the knife cuts. Oop. I think I nicked myself. I think I can salvage that shot, hopefully.
Not sexy.
Okay, now I'm going to try and pre-cut this half and then get this bandaged finger out of the shot because that doesn't look too sexy, does it?
Not sexy.
Ugh. Why is the back of this knife so sharp? Oh, brilliant. All right, next up is the lemon. I'll give it a little mustache spritz. Boom, sexy.
Sexy.
A little background music. I can't stress how important a super sharp knife is. You want one that can glide through the fruit as easily as it does your fingers.
So careful. So like so.
Now I want to get my hand out of the shot again.
So careful.
Oop. Oh, thought I cut myself again. Just cut that little bit. Babe, can you please turn it down? Watching horror movies in the next room. I'm feeling a bit uncoordinated without the use of my middle fingers. Boom. That was a good one. Nope. Stings a bit. Okay, let's just pre-cut this quarter. Again. Ah, it's in my eye. One of these. Boom.
Sexy.
And next up is the orange. Give it a quick spritz. Maybe a little more. Perfect. Once again.
Sexy.
Get my bandaged fingers out of the shot. Oh, it looks like it might be a blood orange. Yeah. In the eye again. And into quarters. Oop, looks like I'm leaking. There we go.
Sexy.
Sexy as. Next I'll fill up a fish tank with water and drop that fruit into it, indicating that I'm making some kind of a fruity vodka drink. First I'm going to put the vodka in the tank just to get my focus. Actually, I might even use this shot later. Now I'm just going to drop the lime pieces in there like so. Oops, is that blood? Looks like I dropped some blood in the water and that is not sexy. I think I'm going to have to change the water. Okay, let's try that again. Plop.
Sexy.
Bubbles. Sexy.
Sexy.
Okay, now I'm just going to do the same with the lemons. It looks like the lemons are floating for some reason. Plop. That looks pretty good.
Sexy.
And now I'll do the same with the orange pieces. They should sink. Gross, that's not sexy.
Not sexy.
Was that Scooby-Doo? A fun fact, looks like both orange and lemons float, but the limes sink. God knows why. Okay, I'm just going to try and poke them down like I did with the lemons. Beautiful.
Sexy.
Sexy. I might also grab a few shots of rotating fruit on a piece of wire. Slap it together in post and hopefully we get sexy. Finally, I want to get some shots of the bottle looking sexy. I have this round mirror that I've mounted on a Lazy Susan. with some other light reflective objects in the foreground, in the background, out of focus. Should look pretty sexy. I'll try and do some sexy camera movements to finish it off.
GoPro Hero 3 shot.
I forgot to mention with the spinning bottle, I just used an upside down bowl on a record player to cover the knob. I'm quite happy with how it turned out, so hopefully it will lead to some work. Thanks for sticking around, guys, and I'll see you next time. Oh, and if you need a video, money's drying up, so